I'm just trying to do, or that's installing that up. But, let me try and get Adobe Flash. Because there is an earthquake and I want to show y'all some coverage. And yeah, Mozilla Firefox will now open. But, yeah, I do have Flash enabled on, Edge, but it won't work, so let me go to, or let me no, I don't want that. So let me get Flash, hurry up thing, because I'm trying to do an update for .NET Framework 4 and trying to do this at the same time. Hopefully there won't be confliction with Adobe Flash trying to install, with the update trying to install. Next. There you go. Now every so often once you do this, and if your computer goes slow for at startup sometimes, or every once in a while, it could be that either Adobe Flash, Adobe Reader, whichever Java or something is trying to update, or maybe because you got the .NET Framework stuff, you got that user profile thing that you haven't deleted, and whatchamacallit, the user high profile cleanup service not installed, that's what could be causing trouble. I mean confliction. Oh, installation complete. Good. Good, I can close that screen out.
freezing mark during the early morning hours Sunday. This is the NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards, WXJ-21 broadcasting from the SCETV Tower on Paris Mountain in Greenville County, operating on a frequency of 162.550 MHz. This transmitter is serving the upstate of South Carolina. The current time is 4:29 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here is a special weather statement. Fire danger statement in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this evening across extreme northeast Georgia. A very dry air mass will persist across region today. With daytime mixing of the lower atmosphere, relative humidity levels will drop to near 20% for across northeast Georgia. Although winds will be relatively light, the combination of dry air and steadily drying brush and fuels will increase fire danger across the region through the afternoon hours. Please refer to your local burn permitting authorities on whether you can burn today. If you do burn, use caution since fires can get out of hand under these conditions. These are the 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time observations for the upstate on Thursday, April 5th. At Greenville Spartanburg International Airport.
It'll last until I think 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe. Sorry that y'all are having to wait for Adobe Flash to download and install. I thought I had it downloaded and installed, but it wasn't. I'll be right back. Now guess who's going to have to go up the bottom and get some? Really? This is all.
Mid-50s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, showers, mainly in the morning. Highs in the lower 60s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming northwest in the afternoon. Chance of rain.
If you would have let me finish saying what I was going to say.
For midnight. Much cooler with lows in the mid-30s. North winds 10 to 15.
I'm trying to get my room out and I can move it out. Room done. That way I can move it out.
But this was a 5.3 magnitude. And while that is going, and we got another earthquake at 3.0 now, just near Semler, California, 20 kilometers northwest of Semler, California. but they're right now they're reporting a no tsunami danger at this time. That soon could change. Oh, okay, there you go. Finish. There you go. I guess I have to restart my Firefox right quickly. Where I can go to NBC Loss ANGELES.com, where I can show the video from them. Finally. It's gonna be the top one we're gonna watch live. I think NBC's probably on right now. No, they're not on. They're not on yet. I should be getting audio. I must not have plugged in the audio put in the right spot. Yeah, I plugged it in. I guess I can only bring you pictures of it. There's no captions to it. Well, and let me move my Discord over here.
Produce a much greater risk of tsunami than others.
Yeah, and so tsunami hazard is not an enormous concern here in California because we don't have the kind of faults that generate the big tsunamis. Yes, you're right, a strike slip fault is not associated with a big tsunami risk. They can cause offshore slumping that can generate local tsunami waves, for example.
Can you talk about
Here you go, there's the audio.
10 miles below the ocean floor and talk about the depth of this?
So the reports we have.
Sorry about my internet connection.
So far, the data that we have so far is saying it's between about 10 and 15 kilometers deep. So probably, 8 to 10 miles. 9 miles, thank you.
We're not European, miles, not kilometers. But we understand kilometers. Some people might be European.
Is that considered a shallow earthquake? And getting back to an earlier question, as if it is shallow, that
Yeah, we learn from every earthquake that happens in California, and again, with the early warning system under development, an earthquake like this is a chance to put the system through its paces. People will be looking to see how it performed, what kind of warnings went out, and every bit of information like this is enormously valuable.
Especially just to follow up on Sue's comment, for everywhere. But we have very high density in the urban Los Angeles area.
What about along that coast, Ventura, Oxnard?
Yeah, we have sensors all along there. I mean, we host
We're under the impression that the sensors are few and far between because of funding issues.
We operate about 450 sensors here in Southern California.
Again, sorry about all the lag and stuff like that. It's my internet.
Yeah, and the density is greater in urban areas because for purposes of early warning we need high density very close to active faults and to people.
Can you
In the case
play?
of Santa Barbara, Ventura, Oxnard, those areas, you've got what, 50, 70 or more sensors? Rough estimate?
I wouldn't know. Somewhere probably 20 to 50.
Could you?
If I may, the sensors that are on the islands are critical for early warning because you need to catch that earthquake when it happens as soon as you can, and that's what lets us get a warning out if we wait for the waves to get to the coast. Then we've lost.
I might have to wait until it finishes.
Okay, guys, we are getting some aftershocks of magnitude 3 and magnitude 2.7. If I can find my but yeah, that's latest that we have.
Exploration and production in the channel. Have you heard from any of the rigs, any of the oil extractors out there as to whether they felt it, and if there's, I would assume they're fairly sensitive to seismic movement of their apparatus.
The short answer is no, not yet. If there were people out there on rigs, hopefully they will report in.
Okay, last question.
What is your maybe you're not the right person to ask this, but what is your understanding of the status of the shape of the program? Is it issues about funding and what
All right, you've been listening in to a news conference there. This is at Caltech. Conan Nolan there talking to the seismologist about this latest earthquake that happened. A pretty good jolt for a lot of people who felt it. It lasted a long time. Quite a few people felt it. We're flying right now over Ventura County looking for any damage. Good news is, so far there hasn't been. This was a 5.3. This is Oxnard. No damage out there. One report of a pipe broken. That's all we've heard right now from Ventura County Fire. And we do want to mention for those of you who are just tuning in right now, we've been talking about Days of Our Lives. We are interrupting that right now, but we will play that at a later date for you. Right now, John Caddy's Cleanback is live in Simi Valley. He has a group of people who felt it.
Where were you when it happened?
I was actually in the bathroom, and I was going over some notes, and I thought I was surfing or something, and everything started, like, moving, and it started getting, like, bigger and more reckless, and I started thinking to myself, I said, that's got to be at least a 3-point something, because they have a lot of epicenters out there, and she started shaking like right after she talked. I think she talked to him on the phone actually.
And you pointed out too, we actually happen to be at the Rock and Roll Diner.
Yeah, the one and only Rock and Roll Diner.
Might as well come after you've been rocking and rolling. Brian, let's talk to you about this. You felt it. Was it more of a jolt or was it more of a... kind of a sway?
It was a little sway. There was a sway to it. I was at home getting ready for work and just laying there, and I felt it. And I felt it. It doesn't surprise me that it was a 5.3. I was wondering where the epicenter is as well.
What about the distance? Considering we're at least 40 miles away from the coast itself.
It was a good roll. It was a good roll. That's really all I got. It was. I'm not scared of it. I survived Northridge as well.
Wow.
And if it's our time, it's our time.
All right, guys, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us. Give us some French fries as well. But you heard it here. A lot of folks here in Simi Valley feeling it as well, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Rock and Roll Cafe, that is priceless. All right, thanks a lot, John, for reporting in and sharing those viewers' thoughts with us. Here's a man who's been through quite a few earthquakes, too, reporting here for NBC4. And Patrick Healy, you're in Gardena. What are they saying out?
Another gentleman who acknowledged he was in the liquor store at the time, and he noticed the bottles started tinkling and shaking. So it was enough of a jolt to be able to move the bottles in the liquor store. So let's hear some first-hand accounts from those here in the South Bay who felt the quake.
I was in Plaza Ray sitting on my car at the red light in the intersection, and then I felt the whole car shake. I said, what? I look around to see if people looking at me. I said, what's going on here? And I tried to move the car. I thought it would be a big truck driving around, but it wasn't a big truck. I said, it shook a lot. I said, I don't know what that quake feels like.
Sitting in the recliner, and you could start to feel it to roll, and it kept rolling. And I looked at my husband and I said, earthquake. And it only lasted about 2 or 3 seconds. We didn't feel it that harshly. I mean, it was just kind of a rolling effect where we lived. And it was kind of nice for a change. We haven't
Heh.
Out one for a while.
So when the ground moved, we were actually in the Civic Center here in Gardena doing an interview. And truth be told, we did not feel it. The police lieutenant we were interviewing it did not feel it. But again, so many others did. And since then, we moved over to the shopping center, which is at Van Ness and...
Reporters who have been out covering stories today. Vicky Vargas is in the... city of Orange. Let's see if we can't join her. Vicki, I know you've been talking to people. We see the fire trucks behind you.
Right, Kathy. We were in our office, the Orange County Bureau, just a few blocks from where we're standing right now at Grant and Almond. Did not feel it at all and truly was not aware until Twitter sort of blew up and then we watched you all come on the air. Of course, one thing that happens no matter where you are, whether it was an epicenter or miles and miles from there, is the protocol of placing this emergency gear outside the fire department. I'm going to walk over this way so you can see. That's one of a couple of items that the City of Orange has placed.
Within our city.
And in this case, you say you did not feel it. Was there any damage, anything to report at this point?
We didn't feel it here in the city of Orange. We were notified by our dispatch center of the earthquake. At that point, we pulled all of our rigs out of the stations. We do a quick damage assessment of the stations themselves. And then our emergency units will go throughout the city and do what we call a windshield survey to assess any damage here in the city.
And not just here, but at the other 7 stations as well, so that the entire city is covered, correct?
That's correct. We do that citywide.
Do you rely on 911 calls, or have there been instances where you actually found damage before? Someone could get to you?
I personally haven't, but there have been instances where that survey is important for us to assess damage, and we can actually...
Of that, initially, they brought the gear back here to the various stations, but at this point, no damage to report. Live in Orange, I'm Vicky Vargas. Back to you.
It's impressive to see how quickly they respond. Vicki, thank you so much. We want to take you back to the map and show you. You see the yellow circle and the arrow? That is where the earthquake struck. And we were just at a news conference live at Caltech, and they were giving us some more details.
Okay guys, so it looks like I'm not gonna play that anymore because that's lagging too much. But a magnitude 5.3, or you know what, I'll play that. I'll just have the audio down. A magnitude 5.3 earthquake off the coast Thursday rattled a widespread part of Southern California. The quake was centered just off the Ventura County coast. Shaking was reported throughout a widespread part of Southern California. The strongest shaking was felt near the coast, including Oxnard, Port Hueneme, and Santa Barbara. Weaker shaking was reported in Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, Semi Valley, San Monica, or however you say that, and other areas. The quake, triggered by offshore faults that are part of a system that bends around the famous San Andreas fault, was initially reported as a 5.0. It says, no significant reports of damage. No tsunami alerts were issued. But yeah, this concludes this live stream. Wait. Hold on. Regarding... Okay, so... Pasadena says, regarding you get the 12262, why not get the newer version, the 521? I was not the person who bought it. It was a birthday present from somebody. I guess it was cheaper or whatnot, so he got it for me. It's a pretty nice, it looks like it's a pretty nice weather radio. But, yeah, so, and look at this dang tripod. I need to get a new tripod. I hate that damn thing. But, this concludes this live stream. More information, is going to be passed through our Discord International Weather Group. So, join us there. The invite is down in the description down below. So yeah. Okay, Pasadena. Alright, see y'all on the Discord.